Are WWE disbanding a popular faction? Plus, another NXT star has been announced for a major indie crossover event, and there is controversy over the greatest wrestler ever. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. NXT last night has set some wheels in motion that have upset Jack here.
Oh my God.
Interminably. Indubitably, incredibly.
So we learned last night on NXT that on next week's version of the show, there'll be a number one contenders match between our leader, Mr. Chase, Andre Chase, and Ridge Holland, with the fate of Chase U hanging in the balance. The winner will face Trick Williams at NXT Deadline. So I know what you're thinking. Oh, number one contenders match. We know that. We've heard about wrestling before.
We know what wrestling is.
But there's an extra twist. If Ridge beats Andre Chase, then Chase U has to disband forever. But this is particularly worrying because it genuinely could go either way. Because Ridge has been positioned as the next big challenger for for Trick Williams for the title.
Well, this is it feels like there's only one way this will go.
I know.
Because Ridge has been positioned as like Ridge pinning Trick.
Yeah, and getting in this scrap with Bubba Ray Dudley and beating Andre at the pay-per-view as at the last one, Halloween Havoc, has immediately propelled him into like next in line status for the contendership. Now he looks like he could get the contendership, but at what cost? At the cost of Chase University.
The cost of Chase University.
It's a mad stipulation just on a weekly show. Well, you can't just have that on the weekly show. That's like the culmination of like a year-long story, that should be. Next week, Chase, you could die. What?
I know, right?
It's mental.
I mean, the fear as well is that should Andre Chase win, and he goes to Deadline to challenge the NXT title, is it going to be one of those occasions where the crowd are going to be really pulling for Chase to dethrone Trick?
I mean, Trick's really over with the crowd, but
He's very over with the crowd.
I can't see any way that at least some percentage of the crowd would flop over to the Chase U side, because it's Andre Chase, it's Chase U. I think you'd get a split crowd if that was the case. But like you said just a little bit earlier, Ridge really does seem like the winner here.
He really does. Chase U has been that act that has continued through the great resetting of 2021 NXT. You know, when they relaunched it, and you had the Art Attack paint splatter era.
Yeah,
Chase
2.0,
U,
yeah.
2.0, that was it. Yeah, Chase U were born in and around that, and they have just stayed the test of time.
They actually started as heels, which is weird to remember, or at least Andre Chase did, but now they've just become like the purest baby faces in all of NXT, maybe all of wrestling, and I might not be able to watch next week.
It'll be one that you watch through your hands next week. Also last night on NXT, that's it. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Also last night on NXT, we saw Pro Wrestling Noah's Yoshiki Inamura making his debut. Yoshiki Inamura was seen at the Performance Center just last week, training with the WWE Performance Center team, and he appeared last night talking with Josh Briggs and the great Ava, NXT General Manager, and Josh Briggs was putting over Inamura because he's back from a Noah excursion himself.
Yeah.
And they were interrupted by Eddie Thorpe, but
he's been trying to get Ava's attention over the past few weeks, and she's always been like, Eddie, I'm too busy. All right.
Yeah.
So tension there, but yeah, Yoshiki Inamura, it should be very interesting to see. It's weird to see. We've had quite a few people go over to Noah now from NXT and All Japan as well. WWE trying to once again make inroads into the Japanese wrestling scene, and potentially doing so quite successfully. But now it's come the other way. Now we're seeing Inamura step away from presumably his very hard-hitting, very serious Noah career and walk into NXT land and go, okay. Walk into like Technicolor world. It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's just like, what's going on?
he's like Eddie walking into Toonland.
Yeah, but
smile when you smile.
But it could be very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they portray him and who he's matched up with. So we'll have to see.
We will keep an eye on that one. Over to AEW, where there were some conversations yesterday, which we talked about, pertaining to AEW's brand Ring of Honor and plans for Final Battle. It was looking like Ring of Honor were going to bring, potentially, according to some early reports, Final Battle back to the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York. However, there's been a development in that that, which suggests that it might not just be Final Battle that is hosted at the Hammerstein.
Yeah, Andrew Zarian of Mat Men has added to that report, saying that the December 21st edition of Collision will be broadcast live from the Manhattan Center for the first time ever, the day after Ring of Honor Final Battle. So it very much seems like it's going to be a double shot, as they call it in the business, a 2-night affair with Final Battle on the first night and then a live AEW Collision on the second. And I think that's absolutely fine. They're not taking away anything from Ring of Honor by doing that, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a lovely venue as well for wrestling. It's an iconic one. Ross and I talked about yesterday that so many wrestling moments have been made in the Hammerstein Ballroom. WWE has hosted both ECW one-night stands there. ECW in its own right did stuff at the Hammerstein as well. We saw Ring of Honor hosting numerous events over the years there as well. TNA have been to Hammerstein Ballroom. It is where Dixie Carter got powerbombed through a table.
Is that where?
Yeah. Of all the places you're going to do it, you do it there.
It looks so good, and it's great when a venue's got not just a unique look, but one that's like really stood the test of time as well.
It really is, yeah. And GCW are going back there in January as well. They did their first ever show there a little while ago, and they're back in January for their biggest show ever at the Hammerstein Ballroom. It's a lovely, lovely venue. Speaking of GCW adjacent, look at that.
Chokes.
This is any more? Arm ringer.
Yeah.
There you go, arm grab.
Submission.
Now, Jack, as you can tell, has been training extensively for Bloodsport 12. And he's not the only one.
I'm not one of them.
He's not the only one.
I'm not one of them at all.
Definitely doing Bloodsport.
NXT's Carmen Petrovic is Bloodsport bound. She's going to make her debut in Bloodsport against Sumi Saki on November 24th. Josh Barnett himself hyped the match online, saying one wrestler's skills as a karateka, karate practitioner, that's presumably Carmen Petrovic, have been the backbone of what has made her successful in her short time in the pro wrestling ring. The other wrestler's skills as a judoka, a judo practitioner, brought her to the realm of pro wrestling and MMA, throwing and armbarring many on the way to carving out a reputation as one of the best. A young blood looks to make a name for herself off the power of her kicks, while a seasoned veteran steps into the ring to show a youngster what it takes to be a top-class pro wrestler. Carmen Petrovic versus Sumi Sakai at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 12. Tickets available now.
Good on Shirley Onion stepping out of her comfort zone. And, well, it's not even out of her comfort zone. It's very much her comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was where she came from. But she's a real good fit for that. She's had a pretty decent year, sort of pushing her way through on NXT, popping up in TNA as well, now doing Bloodsport.
Yeah, she's been given this kind of, I don't know if bizarre is the right word, but this very salacious love angle, or not salacious. It's like it's slow paced. It's like, ooh, who's playing who here?
Who's zooming who?
Yeah, with Ashante the Adonis. But now we'll get to see maybe a bit more of a serious side of Carmen Petrovic, and I think that'll serve her well.
Bloodsport serving to be the crossroads of the pro wrestling multiverses. It will feature a TNA showdown between Josh Alexander and Speedball Mike Bailey, and Masha Slamovich, the Knockouts World Champion, facing Lei Ying Lee. AEW's Marina Shafir facing TNA's Jody Threat.
That's going to be a crazy one, that one. They're both crazy.
NXT's Charlie Dempsey takes on Akira as well. The return of Big Lou Nixon, the Geordie Judas.
Come on, Lou.
Oh, no opponent announced yet for our boy
They're
Lou.
too scared.
They're all too scared of Lou Nixon. He was in the studio just before he did his first Bloodsport in the summer. And there's a wonderful episode of Desert Island Graps that we had that you can watch right now.
I often wonder what it would be like to be Lou, just to be like a fearless man. I don't mind getting punched in the face.
Imagine the stuff you get done.
I know, yeah, you get loads done. I bet you can put up a shelf well as well.
I bet you could. I bet you'd say, Luke, you put that shelf. Oh yeah, I'll do it now.
I ain't bother.
And it's done before you've even finished the sentence.
Imagine being a hard man.
Imagine being Lou Nixon.
One of England's hardest men.
Just one of them. So he's going to head back to Bloodsport as well. He's taking over America as well. But Josh Barnett takes on MVP as the feature match of Bloodsport 12. This was something that they started hyping not long after MVP left WWE. He turned up in Bloodsport and went, hey, we should have a go.
It's something that he often seems to mention in interviews and stuff as well. It seems like something he is very keen to do, and it'll be very interesting to see how he does there. And good for him as well, because we weren't sure if he was ever going to wrestle again. So
exactly, and he's going to prove his worth against Josh Barnett. Now there is controversy this morning over who the greatest wrestler ever truly is. And there's a lot to think about with this one, because CageMatch.net, great resource for any and every wrestling match. They are incredible people that volunteer their time to build Cage Match. We've interviewed some of the people behind Cage Match in the past, and we love the work that they do. It's an invaluable wrestling resource. But all the wrestlers have ratings on there that are rated by the fans. And yesterday it came to light that AJ of the Costco guys was, until yesterday, the best wrestler in the history of pro wrestling, according to fan votes on CageMatch.net.
Yes.
Under his name, Eric Justice. He received 20 ratings since mid-October, every single one being a 10, or as it's better known now, a boom! And some lovely comments there as well.
Yep, many of the comments mention his capacity to bring the boom. With one such example reading, 10 out of 10 wrestler, he brings the boom every time he wrestles, and I will give him 10. I will give him 10 booms.
All the booms?
No, please.
Boom, 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 boom. 10 booms.
It's good stuff.
He was in the top spot yesterday ahead of Kenta Kobashi, Edouard Carpentier, and Mitsuharu Misawa, which, as it should be. Now, this has since been changed because Cage Match have removed all the ratings for Big Boom AJ and replaced it with the following statement that apparently comes from the webmaster, and it says, "Webmaster note, idiots who want to give meme ratings are the reason why this profile cannot be given a rating. Also, to those who think about using the comments to complain about this decision, you will get banned. Cry about it on social media instead. You are the reason why we cannot have anything nice."
I'm a bit torn there, because on one hand I understand the frustration, but on the other hand, it's all subjective. There's no quantifiable way. These people, these 20 ratings, they might have all seen him wrestle and gone, no, he's legitimately...
He brings the boom.
How can you really... Oh, no. I'm really in the middle here. I don't want to take sides with either the great people of Cage Match or the hilarious Reddit mob. I don't know which one to do.
I am very torn, because whilst Cage Match is, as we've said, like, we love the work they do at Cage Match, like incredible people that really pour a lot of time and love and energy and patience into bringing these results, and there is nothing but love. You'll find nothing but love for Cage Match from us here at Cultaholic. Having said that, I do love a good meme joke, and this was ripe for one.
Yeah, or they've just, as I say, they might have just seen him. I've never seen him wrestle yet. Going to at Full Gear, but he might imagine if he's just unbelievable.
What if he's unbelievably good?
What if he's got the athleticism of Ospreay, the subtlety of Bret Hart, the technical ability of Zack Sabre? What if he just does loads of stuff? And but like it all makes sense and knits together really well, and everyone's crying by the end because him and QT have taken us on such an emotional journey. I'm rooting for him to do it. But we'll find out.
We'll see. I think if he does well at Full Gear, I think maybe he should be booked for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
it seems appropriate. What with guys like Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuharu Misawa underneath him, it seems right for him to go and claim that title.
The Wrestle Kingdom card at the minute is, in the opinions of many, looking a little bit thin at the moment. So maybe it needs Big Boom AJ.
It needs someone bringing the boom.
Yes.
It needs someone bringing the boom. Are you bringing the Twitch today?
I am bringing the Twitch with Owen Molson, who I believe is editing this video, so he'll let me know if we're not. But I think we are. We're playing Football Manager at 6 p.m. UK time, twitch.tv/Cultaholic.
And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com.
Oh, no. Are you going to do that?
Stay safe.
Oh, right.
Bring the boom! And fly, swans, fly.